Hey beautiful people, it is your girl T and I'm back, and I am doing a video because one of the subbies, I forget her name, I do apologize, I should have looked, requested for me to do a video as basically showing what watercolor supplies I use. So this video is about that, the watercolor supplies I use. Now keep in mind, I'm still beginning in watercolor. I mainly do it in adult coloring books on paper that can, handle the water and the, the heavy use of water possibly, or the light use of water. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the supplies that I use. Okay, so I found out something from another YouTube channel. I think her name is the Art Spirits. I forget her name, but it's called the Art Spirits. She was talking about how you could use clear gesso on your coloring book before you use the watercolors to basically protect the picture in the back and, give you some surface to add layers when you're doing the watercoloring. So I picked up that. I have not used this yet because I haven't done any watercoloring in books that could not handle the the water. So but I did pick that up to try when I do choose to do that. Okay. The very first set of watercolor pencils I've ever used are called the Kimberly General watercolor pencils. I had picked these up when my oldest was probably 10. He's 18 now, so they're 8 years old. I gifted that old set to a friend, but I was watercoloring. I was like, I really miss those pencils because they work really great. So these are a new set that I picked up. They're watercolor pencils. So in this pack you get 12 colors, and they're pretty decent for a beginner if you just want to learn how to use a watercolor pencil. These are the ones that I used. So you get a pink, red, yellow, 2 greens, and orange, 2 blues, purple, and then you get this color here, which is the yellow ochre. And then you get brown and black. So I mean, it's good to start off with, and then you can blend them and try to make them work for you. You can get more colors out of that whole set. Again, those were the General's Kimberly watercolor pencils. You can find these on Amazon, I believe, and I will put links to a lot of these items on at the bottom in the comment section. Okay. All right. Now the next thing I learned how to use was gouache. These are Holbein Artist Gouache. There's 5 colors in this set, and they're made for mixing. So you can achieve many colors, as you can see here, with your basics. So let me go ahead and open those up. Sorry. So you get 5 tubes. Man, they don't want to open up. Okay, you get 5 tubes. As you can see, I like yellow. You get 5 tubes, and basically these are the primary colors that that you can use to darken, lighten, and then of course these are the ones you can mix to make your oranges, your green, purple. So I learned how to use these in actually a class that a color theory class I had to take for school. So and we had to buy these Holbein, so these are very expensive just for 5. I was like, woo, okay school. So but I do have those, so I can use these on my books or just on this watercolor paper. And I just have this here just in case I want to show you guys some of these, how they look on the paper. So the next set that this is my first actual like watercolor pan set or field pocket kind of set. Oh, I'm sorry, these are the Koi watercolors by Sakura. So you can take this little this little tray out here, set this down, and you can put that here, and then you have, it comes with a water brush, that it works pretty good. This is a travel set, and then in this one you get 24 colors, so this is a nice set to get, and I got this at Hobby Lobby, I believe. And then you have some sponges here to kind of clean your brushes off. So as you can see, I do use this. I love it. It's really nice. Okay, getting into the pencils. I picked up, these were on Lightning Deal. The Raffine, the Marco Raffine Aquarelle pencils. Sorry, focus here. There we go. And these are actually pretty nice. I have used these, and one of my tips got broken here. But yeah, these are nice, you know, budget friendly, highly pigmented watercolor pencils. And actually, I do have a swatch. I did a swatch for these. I'll show you. Okay, so these are the Marco Raffine Aquarelle. As you can see, the colors are really bright and pretty, so these are pretty good. I would suggest them. And actually, I don't know, but the last time I looked, these were not available for sale anymore, and I don't know the reasoning behind that. I don't know if they discontinued making them because they weren't selling well or what, but I'm glad I was able to pick up this, you know, this small set. And I just keep them in this little thing here, little wrap. Okay, and I also use Inktense. So this is the 72 set of Inktense, and these get a lot of use. I love these, absolutely love these. If you want to ever try them, I would suggest, you know, buying a couple of pencil colors that you like, and, you know, just working, you know, with those pencils just to see if you like it, because this one works a lot differently than the other watercolor pencils, because these are permanent. You have to kind of work pretty fast, and you have to know where you want to apply that color and work it fast. Once you wet it, it's almost not blendable anymore. So you kind of have to, you know, blend and then apply the water. These ones you can use dry. With any of them you can use dry. But, you know, for me, watercolor pencils or Inktense, I'm going to apply the water. And so these are the Inktense. And I did do a swatch of those as well, and I'll show you that. These are very vibrant colors. So, as you can see here, let me zoom out a little bit. You got your yellows and reds. This is my favorite page because I like these purples and blues, the aqua colors. And then you have your greens here, browns, and then you have your grays and your black. So, and your white, of course, antique white. So those are really nice pencils. These are also available on Amazon. I will also put links to that if you don't know where to purchase those. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to share is, well, not the last thing, the last set of pencils. Well, a couple sets of pencils. Okay, so in this, I have a wrap here. I don't know if anyone's familiar with these wraps. I like them. And in this wrap, I have 3 sets. So I have the Derwent watercolor pencils. And this is a set of 24. So they stop here. These I use a lot too. And I love them. They're really nice pencils, and I will show you the swatches for those. I also have the metallic, Derwent metallic, and these are, you can use these dry or you can use these wet. So these are the metallic colors, and they are really, really pretty, and I will share with you the swatches I did with those as well. But as you can see, I like to use those. I like to use those pencils. Okay, and then the third set in this I have are the Lyra Rembrandt Aquarelle. So I use all of these people. I use all of these pencils. I like them all, and to say which one I like more than the other, I really can't, because I don't have issues with any of them. All of them are great, and I think this is a set of 36 right here. So you get 36, and these barrels are huge. I'll show you compared to the you can tell the pencil is a lot larger. It's a bigger barrel. The tip is larger. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So you're getting more pencil. You're getting more wear with these. And that's one thing I like about them. And they're not round. They're all hexagonal. So they won't roll off your table, you know, when you're working with them. So, and again, those are the Lyra Rembrandt. And I will show you color swatches for all of those now. Okay, I swatch all my pencils. So let's see. Derwent. Okay, here are the Derwent metallics. Look how bright those are. Those are awesome. If you need colors like that, you know, just as for a pop of color somewhere on a picture, those are really nice. And then these are the watercolor. So as you can see, you know, that's a smaller set, so you're not going to get as many variety of colors as you would the Inktense, but you know, they're still nice pencils to use, and I enjoy using them. And then the last one, Lyra. Sorry. Okay, and this is the Lyra Aquarelle here. Very, very vibrant. And I really like these pencils as well, as you can see here. Very vibrant colors. Should take this out so you guys don't get mixed up here. But yes, those are the Lyra Rembrandt. So, the last thing I wanted to show you that I use, you're like, well, what do you use? I do use regular watercolor or brushes that can be used for watercolor and acrylic. You know, you can get those at any art store. But I also use water brushes. And I find that I enjoy using these better than I do, you know, the brushes for now, until I really learn how to use them the right way. But then I have these Artezas. This one's by Uchida, I believe. I got this at Michael's Arts and Crafts. It was only like $3 or $4, so that was a good buy for me. These Artezas, I don't like so much. I do use it. I do use them, but they tend to spill water out a little bit too fast. So if you don't mind that, you know, this is a nice set to get. I think you get like 6 in a pack for less than about $10 or so. And then I have these Derwent Inktense water brushes. They all number 1, 2, and 3. So you get 2 rounds, 1 small, 1 large, and then you get a like a wash flat brush. So those are the these are the brushes that I like to use. Let's see, since I have one of these already open, I'll just use this one. I'll get one of my Lyras and just kind of show you how this color looks. Let me go zoom in for you guys here. So I'm just going to apply some red. And this is the Lyra Rembrandt. And that is the color Pale Geranium Lake. And I'm going to apply some water. So as you can see, I mean, you can squeeze, when you squeeze your brush, I'm going to just drop over here. If you squeeze too much, it's just going to come dripping out. So you don't want to like full on squeeze it, but just give them a nice little squeeze. If you get too much water on your brush, you can always use a napkin to, you know, just dab it off, you know. That's what I do. That's too much water, but I just want to show you how nicely these spread out. Okay, and now we can try the Derwent watercolor. And another way you can get the pigment on here is you can just take your brush directly to the pencil. A lot of people do that too, and you get some pigment on there. So again, you just, sorry, not focused here. Just take some color off of the pencil lead and apply the color that way. Okay. Again, I'm just a beginner at watercolor, so, you know, this is just how I do it. In most cases, I like to apply the pencil to the paper first, and then like this, the way I did this one, and then, you know, go ahead and wash it out. I would only use this technique if I need to get in a small space or I want really faint color. I would use that technique. So, well, that's all that I have. If you want me to do a picture with the watercolor pencils, you can let me know that in the comments, and I'll pick a nice one and do a watercolor in an adult coloring book for you all. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Till next time.